Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to get into the secret operating system of your brain, that hidden logic behind why you do the things you do. And honestly, what we're about to uncover might just change how you see yourself, for good. All right, let's just get right into it. Have you ever done this? You're standing in the shower, and you're rehearsing this perfect argument with somebody who has no idea you're even mad at them. I mean, in your head, you are landing every single point, the trial is in full session, and you are winning. Or what about this? You send a text, and then for the next 10 minutes, you're just staring at it, rereading it, obsessing over the punctuation. You're wondering, was okay too cold? Should I have put an emoji? This isn't just you being weird. This is a very specific kind of mind at work. And here's the big idea, the thing I really want you to hear. These habits, this constant overthinking, they are not flaws. They're not signs that your brain is broken. Not at all. They're actually these incredibly sophisticated survival strategies, a secret code your brain wrote a long time ago to help you get by. So first up, let's talk about that part of your brain that feels like it is always on. You know the one. It's like an overtuned, super high-resolution scanner, just constantly taking in data from the world. Now, the technical term for this is hypervigilance, but let's look at that differently. This isn't just an anxiety issue. Think of it as an adaptive skill. I mean, if you grew up in a world that felt unpredictable or emotionally unstable, your brain learned to pay really close attention. It had to. That's how it kept you safe. And you can see how this scanner plays out in real life, right? It's that uncanny ability to read a tiny shift in someone's expression. It's walking into a room and just feeling the mood change. It's why you're so good at predicting worst-case scenarios, not because you're negative, because you need to be ready. You might even feel an answer deep in your gut long before your logical brain can catch up and explain why. Your nervous system already did the math. And that's really the key here. This isn't your brain misfiring. It's running this incredibly complex predictive model based on a whole lifetime of data. It's actually a sign of a brain that learned to do something amazing just to survive. So if your brain is always scanning for threats, it makes sense that it would also build some defenses. And that brings us to our second point, what I like to call the fortress of self. It's this psychological fortress that can make it really, really hard to ask for help. Look at this comparison, because the difference here is huge. For so many of us, giving help feels safe, right? It puts you in control. You're the one who's needed. But receiving help? Whoa, that can feel like a massive threat. It can light up this deep old fear that you're just a burden, that your needs are too much. And get this, here's where our brains are totally tricking us. Studies have found that we underestimate how willing other people are to help us by almost 50%. Think about that. We're walking around telling ourselves this story that we're a huge bother, when the reality is people are way more willing to give us a hand than we think. I absolutely love this idea. You know, that incredible strength you built from having to do everything on your own? That is real, and you should be proud of it. It got you here. But the thing is, it was always meant to be a bridge, something to get you over a rough patch, not a permanent destination to live in forever. But, and this is a big but, these brilliant survival skills don't come for free. There's a price. There's a kind of adaptation tax that you end up paying for having a brain that's so good at protecting itself. This quote, wow, it really gets to the core of why we sometimes sabotage good things. If you learned early on that calm and quiet were just the little pause before the next disaster, where your nervous system can actually start to see peace and stability as a threat. So just when things are going great, an old part of you sounds the alarm, telling you to run before you get hurt again. And these are the hidden costs, the tax you pay every day. It's that bone-deep exhaustion from a brain that never really shuts off. It's the loneliness that comes from being so good at being self-sufficient that nobody even knows you're struggling. And maybe the toughest one of all is that quiet devastation of knowing exactly what you're doing, seeing the pattern, and then just watching yourself do it all over again. So what do we do about all this? Well, we can't just delete the old code, but we can start writing some new lines. This last part is all about how we can start moving forward with the mind we actually have. This right here is probably the kindest and most realistic goal you could ever set for yourself. Seriously, trying to force your mind to be perfectly quiet and serene, that's just a fast track to feeling like a failure. The real work is in building a more honest and, frankly, more compassionate relationship with your own brain, learning to see the thoughts, understand where they came from, and then deciding how much power you're going to give them. So here's a simple way to think about it. Step 1. Just notice the pattern. See that old code running in the background and just don't judge it. Just say, oh, okay, there's that old program again. Step 2, understand its original purpose. Actually think that part of you. It was trying to keep you safe. And then step 3, the most important part. You get to choose. You consciously decide if that old strategy is actually helping you today. Does it still serve you right now? And that really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? Your old code was brilliant. It was designed for survival in a world that made it necessary. But you're here now. And the goal is no longer just about surviving. It's about what you want to create, what you want to build. So your old code kept you safe. The real question is, what will your new code help you build?